everybody, I'm Shion and welcome back to a new video! In case you could not tell, I am a girl. I am a woman. I am of the female gender. And today I thought it would be kind of interesting to see how I, as a gamer girl, grew up on video games. I kind of got this idea from Whoa, It's a Girl series. The idea is that people freak out that she's a gamer girl playing like shooters and stuff. I grew up on a much different kind of video game genre, so yeah, let's just jump on into it. So, like every kid that grew up in the early 2000s, I had a DS. The biggest games for me on here were The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass and of course Pokemon Diamond. This is around the age of 4, by the way. It's so weird to me that kids are not growing up with like handheld devices anymore. Instead they get a freaking brick. Of course I had many other games I played to death on here, such as Yoshi's Island, Mario Party, which I played with my sisters all the time on road trips. I played all the DS Pokemon games as they came out, as well as Spirit Tracks. Two unique titles that I played on here when I was like around 6 or 8 was Lock's Quest and Might and Magic, which I got I think around my 10th or 12th birthday? I don't know, I played this game so much. There is a PC version of this game, but the DS one is so much more fun. There is way more things you can do in it, in my opinion. You can stack way more characters, and the unicorns are so overpowered in this. Demons are by far my favorite units. Backing up a bit, my family had a PC that I was allowed to use when I was around 6-ish. Of course I played Flash games, but I also played a lot of Steam games on here, such as Bookworm Adventures, The Eagle Puffs, Feeding Frenzies, World of Goo, Plants vs. Zombies, which my dad platinumed before me and I'm still salty about, and Puzzle Bots, which was so fucking weird for a kid's game. These games are kind of stupid today, but I have very fond memories of them. Through elementary school and middle school, I was bullied, so I didn't really play many multiplayer games. I think around 12 was when my mom got our Wii, which meant I played Twilight Princess to death and back. I was always really salty. You only turned into a wolf at the very start of this game. I think it was a stupid gimmick that they should have kept through the whole thing, but whatever. Me and my sisters also played the Munchables for way too long. We have so many hours on this game. It is ridiculous. As well as Mario Party 8. I was playing a lot of JRPGs around this time too, such as Ib, Halloween, Misao, Witch's House, all the big classics you hear of. At the end of middle school, my love for otome games started. This was more cell phone and app games such as Starcross Myth, Samurai Ballad, but after the tragedy that was Samurai Ballad, after not being able to 100% complete an event for free in the last 2 minutes, I uninstalled all of my cell phone otome games and decided to switch to more console games such as Amnesia, which I bought during a Steam summer sale. I also remember playing some Bastion at the end of middle school. When I got my 3DS, mine came as a bundle with Luigi's Dark Moon. I played through this whole game one summer at my nana's and really enjoyed it. The same summer, my uncle lent me GameCube games like Pikmin and Wind Waker. I also played A Link Between Worlds, which was such a fun and amazing experience. It really brought me back to the Minish Cap for some reason, which I had emulated in middle school. I played Ocarina of Ages, which was one of the first digital games I bought. I think the very first one I bought was Sploosh or Pac-Man, can't remember. But through the system, I found two of my favorite games of all times: Fire Emblem Awakening and Story of Seasons. I have played the second Story of Seasons games, which a lot of people say is better, but I have such a fondness for the first one. It's just so special to me. I don't know why. I have spent hundreds, probably thousands of hours on both of these games, and I actually own both of these games twice so I could have more saves. My love for Castlevania also started coming back around this time. I had played a few of the games when I was in middle school, but I had really wanted to get back into it. I don't know why. It was a really random time. So I started playing random titles like Rebirth, which was on the Wii, and the original Castlevania, as well as Castlevania 2. Around 15, I believe I got my first PlayStation device, which was the PS Vita. I had gotten a refurbished one for my birthday in the color I wanted and everything. I remember being so shocked because I had been asking for PS Vita for like 2 years before this, before the 2000 even came out, because I really, really wanted it. And I actually got it, which was really surprising to me. This fueled my obsession with otome games, such as Bad Apple Wars, Nora 9, Color X Malice, Period Q, Shackles of Amadeus. All these games were so fun, but also I was introduced to games like Yoshiwari, and I finally got to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Around this time, I also had my Mystic Messenger addiction whenever that game came out. I was one of the people that played it when it first came out. Turning 16, I got my first job, which meant I could waste more money. So I bought a bunch of Steam games. I played games like Lucius, Long Live the Queen, both Hakuoki games, Angel of Death, Mad Father, and one of my favorite JRPGs, Light Eats. This is an amazing game. Like, if you're into JRPGs and story-rich games, it's not too long, but it is so good. I've played all of this creator's games, by the way, but Light is my favorite. In Light High School, I played Fire Emblem Echoes and started playing so many otome games like Steam Prison, Hakuoki Edo Blossom, London Detective Mystery. Could you tell I was single as hell? The Switch also came out. I got mine a bit later into its life. Still just a brick. I really don't care about the Switch, and the only reason why I got it is because they stopped releasing games for the handhelds like the 3DS and the PS Vita. Everybody was bringing their stuff onto the Switch, which made me really sad. After high school, I was playing games like Touch My Katamari, but I also didn't really play that many games because I was working full time, so I was replaying a lot of games I already had. But then November came and I got my PS5, yes, about 2 or 3 days after the official launch. Yes, I'm one of those people. And to this day, I still do not own any PS5 physical copy games because they are way too expensive. The only games that I do have that are PS5 titles would be Astro's Playroom, Bug Snacks, and if you count it, the PS5 version of Genshin Impact. But this system let me play games that I didn't have access to on my own before, such as PS4 games, which I did not have really good access to. I played PS4 games at friends' houses, but this let me play PS4 games like in my own room. So I replayed the BioShock series on PS4. I played a couple PlayStation hit games like Horizon Zero Dawn, and of course The Last of Us. The Last of Us is one of my favorite game series, by the way. It's just so good, and I know that's kind of cheesy to say because it's so popular, but this series really changed my perspective on video games. I also played Lock's Quest on here, and just don't. The DS version is better. You need the touchscreen controls. It just is not fun with a controller. Later, me and my mom got a PS2 for crazy cheap, like 20 bucks, with two controllers that work, so we just had to buy an SD card for it for Christmas for my dad. He wanted to play the Medal of Honor series, specifically on PlayStation, because a lot of downloaded ones didn't have special content, but this led me into the introduction of PlayStation games. I played Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness, as well as the Devil May Cry series on here. It was a very nice introduction to older PlayStation games, which I really do enjoy. So as you guys can tell, I was raised on PC and Nintendo games. I never had an Xbox, and I don't think I ever will have an Xbox because I see no point in getting one. Sorry to all those Microsoft fans. But having a PlayStation 5 really introduced PlayStation to me, just because my family never had a PS4. We got a PS2 way later in life. That really opened up a door for me. Nintendo has always been a big thing, and I think a part of that is because my uncle is such a Nintendo fan, and me and him really clicked when I was younger, and we both played a lot of video games. So he would introduce older games to me, like GameCube games. Well, I later down the road discovered how to emulate GBA games, PSP games, and I think that really shaped my view on games. I really like RPGs, I like shooters, I like open world games. I am a Genshin whore. I would say my key games that I literally could always go back to would for sure be DS Might and Magic, Steam Prison, Nora 9, The Last of Us Part 1, Lie Eats. That was a really big game for me. It really got me back into JRPG genre. Fire Emblem Awakening and The Sacred Stone, Story of Seasons, as well as Harvest Moon, Friends in Mineral Town, and lastly Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, as well as Phantom Hourglass. I think those are honestly two of my favorite Legend of Zelda games. These games by far are not perfect, but they played such a huge role through my childhood that I could always play them. But I'm also an avid Genshin player, so I don't know what any of this means. Don't take my word for it, I guess. Play what makes you happy. I really hate how people are always judged on what kinds of games they play. Like, so what if you're a Call of Duty person? So what if you are a Genshin player? So what if you only like The Sims? Like, I don't care. As always, treat everybody kindly. If you are interested in video game or anime cosplay, I do cosplay on my Instagram. If you want to see how those cosplays are made, you can check out my cringy ass TikTok. And finally, I do have a Twitch. So yeah, have an amazing day, everybody. This is Shion signing out. Bye!